Welcome back to the YouTube, guys. Today on the Athlete Series, I'm taking Kat through a posterior session. She's currently 12 weeks post-show. Everything's been flawless when it comes to nutrition adherence, training progressions. She's literally in the perfect position now to continue growing off of what we've already done improvement-wise. We're going to be going through the session today, looking through each and every exercise in terms of how we can tweak and get more percentages out of it in terms of overall stimulus, connection and feel, just to again further that off-season progress now. Okay, so think about a scoop motion. I always think about coming under. So if you pull down, that's better. And you think about driving elbow this way, almost if you're scooping under, that's better. Again, where you've got longer arms, furthest distance away from the body. Yeah, miles better. For me, I always like to go thumb over, but if I go thumb under, I just feel a little bit more bicep. It could, again, be a mental
I'll try
cue. See how it feels. I rate the dress sense as well. We've got like a mix of divine and pure pain. I like it. It's like mixed bodybuilder.
Try not to look so homeless. There's a half effort.
We'll try and do too slow, too controlled with this one, whereas again, you do want a little bit of power through it. As long as your path's right and we keep that setup the same, I'm not worried if it's not too slow, too controlled. Good, nice. Good, let's go. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. Good, nice. Rest a little bit. Always take time between arms.
Okay.
Treat them as like same working as if you were doing like a load in the back offset. Just rest long between arms. Okay. Good, let's go again. For the next one, what side are you going?
This side.
Instead of coming your body in,
Yeah.
I want you to try and keep your body away.
Yeah, okay.
So instead of pulling down into it,
Yeah.
you push yourself. I always use this to push myself away to stop me coming too far in.
Yeah.
So almost like push into this to keep the body away, just so you're kind of replicating that motion.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I always try and think for that one. I was going to say, because that's something that's so overlooked in bikini is like actual lat training.
Yeah.
Like it's missed out on plans so much. Like what's going to give you that ratio is training lats.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will think bikini's just shoulders, glutes.
Yeah.
You miss that taper element when you don't include the lat work.
It's quite nice from that back pose as well, where you see
100%.
the back.
Yeah, way better. That's perfect. Lovely, good. Good, let's go. Yeah, shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look way better.
Like those tweets, like you feel it completely differently. You get so used to doing it a certain way.
Mm-hmm. I also felt like, for me personally, when I was training back, because I couldn't see it, it was always hard to envision how I was moving.
Yeah.
Like, whereas when you're doing like lateral raises, you can look in the mirror. You chest, you can look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Whereas back's the only one you can't really see unless you film how you're training it.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just getting that external opinion, just like sometimes it makes a world of difference for that.
Kind of like you don't want to hear it, and then when you do hear it, you tweak and you're like, yeah, okay.
It makes sense now, yeah. Let's go, pull through, hard, 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 good. Just tell the camera quickly what you do for work so they understand about your explanation.
Okay, so I'm a sports therapist, so I work with injuries and rehab, maintenance, recovery, all the time.
Perfect. So out of interest, how often do you see people with tight scapulars?
All the time.
It's such a common thing, yeah? So even in posing when people are trying to like rotate.
And it's working on the subscapularis as well.
Yeah.
Like that's often because you can't really get to it yourself, so releasing that.
And I think movements like this are really complementary to learning how to get away from just pulling through your scapula. Because so many people will pull through so much through their teres and their scap with this, rather than actually getting their lats engaged. And I think
and those tweaks you've done, like I literally feel it
make
so
you
much
feel
more.
different. And the thing is, you'll be weaker. Like it's so easy to pull just through your scapula using this movement. Whereas when you actually refine it, it's not only visually better, but like, as you said, within mobility.
Yeah.
I'm assuming shoulder issues come with scap.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time, yeah.
So all little things like that. You literally pull through that part, put your bottom of your finger there, little finger there.
Yeah.
That's it. And I want you to pull in front of you, furthest away from your body as you can. Yeah, spot on, just like that. Yeah, spot on, let's go, it's dropping off. If I tell you the weight needs to come down, you're not going to be like, oh, I've got to lift less. You understand that lifting less is sometimes better because you're going to train the muscle that you're trying to train.
Yeah, I prefer to get better connection.
Exactly, yeah. And again, bodybuilding is a visual sport, right? Like we're not training We're training to get strong within the training, but for the set muscles that we're trying to build.
Yep.
I can see straight away I've given you the tool to feel that, and you just ran with it now, so I haven't got to correct you now, you felt it.
I'm very good with instructions. Like,
Yeah.
you give me the instruction, I feel it, like, okay, right.
Good, spot on, let's go. Pull through, pull through, pull through. Let's go. Good, nice. Perfect.
The faces I must pull during this. Many years ago, teaching an aqua class,
Really?
like, of all things. So it was like anything that involves this, always like warm up out of fear.
How did you do it? Just like, what, as part of it?
So you like teach from the side of the pool,
Yeah.
and I just kicked my leg to the side, and it just went.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Did you still do the class?
I finished the class.
Yeah, I knew you would.
I had like 45 minutes of it left, and I was going to drag it around.
Just quit and bear it, yeah.
Let down all the old
Yeah.
people in the pool. So I always used to do it leaning forward. And since you changed it back, like, I can feel it a lot more there.
It's a lot harder, yeah. You can,
Yeah,
you
it's
can
a lot
lengthen it a little bit more. You're kind of already like half shortening it when you're already leaning. So
Yeah.
people say that they feel it more. It's kind of like saying, I feel a bicep curl more because I've already started halfway.
Yeah.
So it like, doesn't really make sense or translate. Let's go, keep going. Yeah, leave it there. The only thing I'd say I noticed a little bit, is if you get yourself set, don't worry about the pads,
Okay.
is your right knee is a little bit further forward.
Yeah.
So potentially shift that right glute back a little bit. That's better.
Okay.
You just maybe think before you initiate,
Yeah.
right, shift the right hip back a little bit and then go from there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's spot on. Let's go. Good. Drive through, drive through, drive through, drive through, drive through. Yeah. Perfect. Good job. Fucking hell. I know it's probably very similar to the way that maybe you write rehab plans. I try and think of like exercises in a sync. So I'm trying to think, right, glute med, like, and I'm trying to plan it so it's in a
That's
sync
exactly,
and a rhythm.
exactly the way my mind works.
Yeah.
Rehab, yeah.
And I think it
there's
does
an
help
order.
because you're already then fired up to that muscle. You've already got blood into it, so it just makes sense.
Exactly.
It's the best way to program. Good. Yeah, let's keep that control. Perfect. Good, nice. Yeah, I think it's a large part of training right, because if you're bracing correctly, your breathing pattern's right, you're going to be out of breath. Like, regardless of the rep range, if you're controlling it, you should be out
Yeah.
of breath by the rep range.
So, not ready to go.
You think the way that I do when it comes to this. Whenever I'm programming, or whenever I'm even training myself, I'll always think about the exercise I'm doing in relation to how it's going to look either on stage or on my physique. So for this one, I'm always thinking for you, glute med. Okay, side pose, rear pose, upper glute, and I'm trying to program and what do you do the exercise in relation to how I want to see it translate in your physique.
And I think that's what comes through because I know why you're making me do it.
Yeah, for sure.
So then you know you've got to squeeze as much out of it because that's going to help that look.
Yeah, and I think a lot of athletes and coaches will think, right, I need more glute, and they'll just do a glute session and think that that's enough. Whereas it's just like, right, what does your physique actually need? How do we program and piece that together in a split to bring up that body part and those exercises?
I really think that's how I'm like enjoying what you've programmed so much.
Yeah.
Because it's methodical and it just you know why you're doing it.
Sure.
It makes sense.
And it's like this one, I haven't put kickback. It's glute med kickback. So you know what you're training, what we're looking to target in the exercise.
It's the specifics
I like. Little things. There. I said to Kat on her check-in about counting how many lines she is up from the bottom. Although it sounds like a small tweak, like I always do it on all exercises just to make sure that if I have a really good session and I can feel everything the way I want to be able to replicate that setup as many times as possible to again get that same sensation. So one thing we said on the check-in was just count how many lines you are up from the bottom to just maintain that consistency with the foot position. Yeah, literally spot on. Do 2 more. Good. Spot on. You nailed that foot position. I even think, so what are we there?
7, I think.
I'd come up 1 more.
Okay.
Yeah, 8's going to be your sweet spot.
Yeah, all right.
I feel like I've kind of butchered it on the explanation, but I think just putting the pressure backwards into the pad's going to make a huge difference. Because the minute that knee travels forward, it just changes where it goes.
And that's not really what I thought about before. Because I just think about like the pulling up, I don't realise what's going on down there.
It's kind of like, you know, on a leg press, you'll think about driving back into the seat rather than pushing the weight away.
Yeah.
It's very similar in terms of driving back into the pad rather than away from the pad. Good, perfect. There. Good. Good. There. Let's go up. Good. Good. All the way. Drive. Yes, good job. Perfect. That was so much better. The only thing that was moving there was your hips. Only thing that was moving.
Like I say, it's those tweaks and you're like, that's how what I was meant to be feeling.
You probably see it a lot as well. That a lot of people come away from bodybuilding, like post-show, and they end up hating the process of prep. Prep did this, food did this. What's made your experience, or what's helped you make the experience enjoyable and continue to stay as you was in prep through that post-show?
I think it's a drive to do better.
Yeah?
And it's just like, I like what I brought, but I want to do better.
Yeah.
And it's just that I've got a year to do this. I can't waste any time.
Yeah.
So that's a drive for me, is thinking about next season.
Nice.
You haven't got time to slack.
And having that kind of element that I'm sure you had on stage where you was like, I've done everything possible to have this look right now. You want that same feeling next season based on this off season.
I don't want to look back and think I could have done more. So it's just like if I follow through with everything, put my all into everything, it's all you can possibly do.
Yeah, 100%. And when it comes to like seeing scale weight change, visuals change, like how do you personally deal with that on check-ins and what keeps you focused on the goal whilst emotionally managing that as well?
To be honest, a lot of that's to do with you and the feedback you give me. That I know where we're supposed to be right now.
And it's for a purpose.
It's horrible putting on weight, especially when you've been lean, but it's part of the process. And as long as you're happy with where I'm at, I've just got to embrace it because it's part of the process now.
And one thing I actually spoke about the other day, I said, working with you, it's so nice that I can just focus on the coaching. Like when I've done your reverse, there's not been periods where I've had to say, right, I need to consider the fact that you've done, let's say you've had a bad week of food and you binged. Like I haven't ever had to consider that as part of the coaching. It's been like, right, what can we do to get the most training progression? What can we do to make the most accurate food changes, supplement adjustments? Like everything's been so process focused. I feel like that's one of the reasons that we made such good progress post-show because there's been no hurdles to overcome. It's been very much just pure coaching, pure focus on what we need to do.
Well, I just think, what variables can I control?
Yeah.
And it's like, as long as I follow your instructions, then you're in control, and that's what I need. I need that taken away from me. I don't add any extra variables in.
Yeah, brilliant. It's good. Yeah. Yep. Just based on your structure, so much better dumbbell-wise. Because we were
It
doing
feels-
barbell last week, and just seeing the video that you sent over, I was like, right, this is going to be way better variation. So
Feels like it engages
Yeah.
from the moment too.
I think having just the dumbbells here instead of the flat barbell there makes a big difference as well. What else that weight-wise?
25.
Right, let's go. Spot on. Yeah, spot on, Kat. Let's keep it going. Good, again. Yep. So one thing you'll see Kat did there, when she's finished at the top, she's not thrusting her hips forward. This is a mistake I see so many girls make when doing any RDL variation, is thrusting the hips through. You're not gaining any more shortening of the glute by doing that because you're standing in a neutral position. So what Kat was doing where she kept shifted back is she's keeping her hips and glutes engaged so that throughout the whole set it's continuously firing. And that's what you want to do when you're doing the RDL variation. Good, spot on. There. Yes, good job, nice. Good, perfect control. Let's go all the way.
Like, because my wrists hurt through work, sometimes I have to be careful about my grip and stuff like that, and that affects things, but I try and fit my training in the day when my wrists won't hurt so much.
What about just like general advice for anybody that bodybuilds in terms of kind of like things that you think are neglected, that you see, you get a lot of people come to you with?
People never
problem-wise?
stretch.
Yeah?
It's a simple thing, just stretching once or twice a week could prevent so many injuries. The tight muscles more prone to injuries.
Yeah.
You see everyone putting it all into training and then they don't put anything into recovery. It's just like they'll do everything in their session, the things in between. It's like they'll do food, they'll do water, they'll do anything, but what about the actual maintenance and recovery?
In terms of intensity of stretching, I see a lot of different comments in regards to that. What do you think? Do you think stretching needs to be intense in terms of like time that you need to hold the stretch for and quite, not painful, but do you need to feel a stretch intensely or just slightly stretch?
It should feel like a niggle.
Okay.
Like kind of like an itch that you want to scratch.
Yep.
Then let yourself like breathe into it and sink into it. It shouldn't be painful to begin with. Let your muscles adapt.
Yep.
Then it'll be more ready. You're working with the stretch receptors. So the longer you give it, the further you'll be able to go.
Okay, cool.
So it shouldn't be that painful stage, more at that itchy, niggly stage.
Yeah. And what about like massage work? How do you think everybody should get it done regularly, or it's only if you start to notice issues you should get it done?
So I say prevention's better than cure. So especially if you're on a program, you're training 4 or 5 times a week, then once every 4 to 6 weeks. Especially it can be full body, it can be work on areas, but just maintenance. Getting everything stretched out, getting everything worked through, then you can prevent things. You've got little adhesions. People always call them knots. They're not knots, they're adhesions. You can start to work on those before they build up to restrict your movement. But if you do that every month to 6 weeks, you keep on top of everything.
Perfect. A little bit slower at the bottom. Just contract. There. Good, way better.
Way harder.
So as covered at the start of the video, guys, Kat's 12 weeks post-show, and she's currently around 11 pounds up. So everything in terms of rate of gain to blood work is just absolutely perfect. And this is something for any athlete listening to this, is you can set your off season up for incredible progress, given that you're willing to be stricter for a little bit longer post-show. This is where Kat's been militant with everything she's done, and it's allowed us to have no cap on how long we can spend improving now. Because again, we're in a spot post-show where we've got so much, we're in a spot 12 weeks post-show where we've got zero needs to pull back on an appetite basis. Body composition, again, gives us so much runway from here. Training progression has been so managed from the gate that we've just got more and more room to keep getting stronger. So in terms of any reasons that we'd have to pull back an off season, we haven't seen any signs of that at all. So we're looking at least another 15 weeks here. And again, as an athlete that want to make significant improvements, time in a gradual surplus, getting stronger, is going to be what grows and develops you. So making sure that you really spend that time to nail your post-show translates massively to the progress that you make. So for any athlete watching, set yourself goals post-show and set yourself goals after your comp. Don't just be cruising and think that because your season's done, it's a case of you can be relaxed, you can enjoy as many off-plan meals as you want. Yes, there's time for balance, but if you're striving for greatness and you're striving for improvements, being stricter for that little bit longer gives you so much more progress to make within your off-season. So that's a wrap for the YouTube, guys. Catch you on the next episode of the Athlete Series.